for the Car Shield 200. Now, just a little bit ago, at the conclusion of the Xfinity Series race, the league has decided to shorten this race as well. The Cup Series ran 240 laps here earlier today in Madison, Illinois, while the Xfinity Series just ran 90 laps. The trucks will only be running 80 laps, as let's get them on the track. So, Urban starting first, Haley Deegan starting second, but Gus Dean struggling all weekend. He's going to have to turn this around. Chastain in the 40 failed pre-race inspection. He's going to the back. And Clay Greenfield, yep, going to the back as well after an engine change. 80 laps, 200 miles, and the green flag is out. 17 laps here in stage 1.
Clear all around.
And they get about 60 laps of fuel total. So this Friday night coming up, it's off to the Great Corn Stalks of Iowa for the Craftsman Truck Series. And we mentioned that this is the first time, or we're going to be mentioning this probably a few times throughout the race, but this is the first time that the Craftsman Truck Series has ran on a Sunday at all in this league. Like, this is the very first season that the Truck Series has ran on a Sunday. And that is because of the weather Friday, postponing the truck race to Saturday, and then the weather Saturday postponing the Xfinity race, which also postponed the truck race again. So we had no practice, no qualifying. And you see the trucks on the track for the conclusion of this triple header. Well, you see the 11 of Urbane wasting no time getting out front. However, this is kind of irrelevant, but we're going to mention it anyway. After he climbs out of this truck tonight, he heads back home to Michigan, obviously. Same with the Truck Series team. The Xfinity haulers are taking off right now, so he has to get his truck, Xfinity car, and Cup car ready for next week's action at Iowa Speedway. However, he's going to be jumping in a late model car on Wednesday night at Richmond, and then he's going to do the same the following Wednesday at Bristol. So it's going to be pretty much 2 weeks, actually 3 straight weeks, because the third straight week he's going to hop in a dirt car at Eldora. So 3 straight weeks he's going late model racing on a Wednesday night. So he's got to head home for a few days, then he's got to get ready to go race on dirt at the same, and then when he gets back from that dirt race that night, he has to prepare himself for the Truck Series on Friday. And then he has to prepare for the Xfinity on Saturday and the Cup on Sunday. Well, Team Urbane announced at the conclusion of this season they will switch over to Ford. And we asked the owner what he's going to do if he doesn't like the idea of Ford. They said that's easy. We'll just go back to Chevy. Doesn't matter how many races we are into the season. They're keeping the same numbers. They're just changing manufacturers. So, and they're going to go down to a 2-truck team for now, but they're going to find another truck to fill in for next season, because the 10 truck is a Chevy, and they're going to keep the 10 truck on the team, but they're going to keep it as a Chevy, and then if they decide to go back to Chevy because they like it better,
All clear.
then they'll just go back to Chevys, as we have 11 laps to go in stage 1. So just a 17-lap shootout here in stage 1, and I'm guessing it's going to be 14 laps in stage 2. just short stages. As we mentioned, the league has shortened the race
Careful, still there.
to avoid
All
keeping
clear.
everybody up all night, including the drivers, because these drivers still gotta get back to their homes. Some of them are a lot closer to their homes than others. We're in Madison, Illinois. We are close to Michigan and any other states that drivers are. There's Angela Runch, running 22nd, but she picked up her first career Craftsman Truck Series victory at Richmond a week ago. And so far not in contention to get her second, but that could change throughout the night. And with that win that she got at Richmond a week ago, that locks her into the playoffs no matter what. As we now have 9 laps to go in stage 1. There's the 8 truck. John Hunter Nemechek hopped on board the 8 truck. He finished second in the Xfinity Series race a little bit ago. John Hunter Nemechek's hopping in the number 8 Motley Motorsports truck, as Tyler Reddick was not scheduled to run that like he normally would. And that number 8 truck, rookie Spencer Hoffman from Canada, he'll be running that truck at Daytona, as there's Ben Rhodes. So that should be a good one. Daytona is just a few weeks away.
Clear high, bud.
It's about 4 to 3 weeks away, something like that.
All clear.
And that means that Thursday night truck race only means one thing for the Cup Series. That means it's the week of their regular season finale, because this next Daytona race, it will still be, it won't count the, or it won't be the final race of the regular season for the Truck and Xfinity Series, but that Saturday night Cup race, which is 160 laps under the lights at Daytona, that is down to the wire. That is a Cup Series driver's last chance to lock themselves into the playoffs. And then from there, it's playoffs time until we crown a champion the first week in June in all 3 series. The first weekend in June is when a champion will be crowned, so we will have to compete with the NFL Summer League a little bit, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem, as we'll only be competing with them for about a month and a weekend. And as mentioned before, or mentioned earlier, during the Cup Series broadcast, if you tuned into that over on Twitch Sports Network 1, the Access Football League, it's a knockoff NFL, and it's kicking off next month, and that will be split between here and TSN 1. TSN 1 will host the kickoff game, and then we'll host some games, or live stream some games on here. And that is 9 weeks long, and then MLB will return this summer. We moved it, it was supposed to be during the winter, but they moved it to summer, so it will restart its season in summer from game 1 and compete with the NFL at the same time the Access Football League. And during the winter will be hockey and basketball. Now, the NBA championship between the NBA Finals between the Golden State Warriors and Detroit Pistons will be this Thursday, right here on YouTube TV network. And then the Stanley Cup final, the final, like, it's one game, that's it, between the NBA and NHL. NHL, the Stanley Cup final will be over on TSN 1 on Friday, before the truck race from Iowa. 3 laps to go in stage 1. And we announced that the haulers are taken off from the track as they're St. Smith. However, the motor coaches aren't taking off until tomorrow morning from the track, so the drivers, you know, they're not entirely going home. Like the Cup Series drivers, you know, they're in their campers, and if they perform double or triple duty, they're obviously either on the track right now or in their campers. The Xfinity drivers that are not in this race are in their motor coaches, and at the conclusion of this race, these drivers will go to their motor coaches. So while the haulers are taking off tonight to get back to the shop, the drivers will spend the night here at the track, and then their motor coaches will take off first thing in the morning when all drivers rise and shine, as we are on the final lap of stage 1. There's Austin Wayne Self in 20th, still has yet to get a win this season.
All clear.
He was the winner at the Las Vegas race last season, which was the second race of the Craftsman Truck Series season last year.
All right, you're clear.
Haley Deegan running second, and she better be praying to Jesus that this 11 does not catch her before the line, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen, so she's the only truck on the lead lap as the 11 picks up the stage 1 victory here. So 2 stages remain, and welcome to the one viewer. We mentioned, just like the Xfinity Series race, the league decided to shorten this race too, so instead of it being 160 laps like it normally would be, it's only going to be 80 laps, and we just completed 17 of 80 laps in stage 1 there. So the 11, 13, 21, 38, and 23 make up the top 5 that stage. Alright, so Haley Deegan gonna currently be in the lead for this race as we're getting ready to start stage 2, which again will probably just be like a 14-lap shootout. We'll have to see how many laps to be exact. Yes, it will be a 14-lap shootout. Look at this, on the high side, he had to start up there a lot today in that Cup race. This time it goes a little smoother here in the truck race. However, Deegan's going to get the lead right back, and if he's smart, he'll let her clear him and cross over. There it goes.
All right, you're clear.
So far, knock on wood, no trucks out of the race. We didn't see an Xfinity car DNF out of the race in that broadcast over on Twitch until the final stage, so they might make it through the first 2 stages, but you never know. But how about that? Just like stage 1 of the Xfinity Series race, that was a clean stage 1. No cautions, and that was the first caution to end the stage. We did see a caution in the Xfinity race in stage 2, so we'll have to see if this one can go green. Already got 12 to go in this stage. This stage will go by a little bit faster than stage 1 did, because stage 1 was 3 laps more than this one. And to no surprise, the 11's out in front. Now, in the Cup and Xfinity Series race, the driver of that number 11 won both stages and the race. So if he wins stage 2, could that be a sign that he's going to win this truck race? Keep in mind, that victory in the Xfinity Series race, if you watched on Twitch just a little bit ago, that was his first return to victory since Atlanta Motor Speedway 2 weeks ago. Last time he won in the Truck Series, Atlanta Motor Speedway 2 weeks ago. So I would not be surprised if he puts this truck in victory lane tonight, with how fast it's been on the track and dominant. I would be surprised if he didn't. 10 laps to go in stage 2. And again, not as much of a sold-out crowd as it was for the Cup race earlier today. That's because not everybody can stay at the track for night racing, but Got about half a full grandstand in turns 1 and 2 there, and then they're all scattered throughout the grandstands on the front stretch watching this truck race unfold.
All clear. Road clear. All right, you're clear. All clear.
So 8 laps to go at the line.
All clear.
There's Ty Majeski.
All right, you're clear.
Actually, no, Ty Majeski is in the 98. We'll have to pretend like that's
All
somebody
right,
else.
you're clear. Clear down low.
Oh, that was close. 11 coming off the corner, almost spun himself right off of Spencer Boyd.
You're all clear up top. All right, you're clear. Clear all around. You got room. You're clear.
7 laps to go in stage 2. The final stage will be the longest dash,
All clear.
probably about 40 to 50 laps, depends. We'll have
You
to
got
see.
room. You're clear.
But this race was really supposed to be 160 laps. Oh, 11 smacked into the wall there a little bit. Looks like we're gonna stay green, but
Careful, still there. All clear.
this was supposed to be 160 laps, ran on Friday night. Obviously that didn't happen,
All right, you're clear.
and because it had to be pushed to tonight and it was a triple header, the league has decided to make it an 80 lap race instead. Just like they decided to make the Xfinity Series race only 90 laps. So the longest race today was the Cup race, and that was 240 laps around this track. And most of these skid marks are from the Xfinity Series and that Cup race earlier today, but most of them are from the Cup race. Only a few of them are from the Xfinity Series.
And 12 laps to go.
Some of them are burnouts, marks from, well, the leader winning in the Xfinity Series. And with just a few laps to go, oh, getting a Jesse Little there a little bit. Jesse Little currently driving the number 4 car for Urban's Motley Motorsports team. As we mentioned before, Spencer Hoffman will be in the number 8 truck at Daytona. And then Friday night, he'll climb in the number 4 Xfinity Series Chevy Camaro and go racing in that for Motley Motorsports. So Jesse Little will only be focusing on the truck race in his number 97 that weekend instead of running double duty in the Xfinity Series.
All clear.
And then Tyler Reddick, who in every race except for tonight will focus more on running the Cup race. Tyler Reddick will be back in that number 8 on Friday night for the truck race from Iowa.
Still there. Stay high, stay high. Road clear.
But until then, for tonight, it is John Hunter Nemechek in that number 8 truck for Motley Motorsports. Clay Greenfield was one of the trucks to beat last week at Richmond, and, well, he got beat. Angela Rutsch claimed her first career Truck Series victory and locked herself into the playoffs, and we have 2 laps to go in Stage 2. And there's Stuart Friesen. He is a winner of a race this season. Only one, though. Just like Angela Rutsch. And here's Zane Smith running in the 5th position right now, trying to get his first ever win of the season. And there's the 23 of Raja Karuth trying to get his first career win of all time in the Truck Series as we're on the final lap of stage 2. Okay, even though you can, okay, here's the deal. You take the green and white checker, come to pit road, get 4 fresh tires, fill the vehicle, or fill your car or truck up with Sunoco fuel, and you can make it to the end of this race because it has been shortened. So you really don't need to do a pit stop at all in the final stage if you pit at the end of the stage. So I'm going to sweep the stages here. The 11 gets stage 1, turns around, collects the stage 2 victory as well. And the 11, 13, 21, 23, and 38 make up the top 5 in that stage. So if I'm all these trucks right now, everybody should come to pit road. Put 4 fresh Goodyear tires on, fill them trucks up with Sunoco fuel, and then they can all make it to the end of the race without needing to pit at all in the final stage. How about Hailie Deegan? She qualified 2nd and still sits 2nd, and now she's the leader again because, well,
Alright, you're coming to green.
everybody pitted and she ended up getting out first. So here we are, back to green. And only 2 cautions in this race, both at the end of the stages, and we got 48 to go. And how about this? The 11's going to clear the 13 and definitely start to run away with this. But we talk about Hailie Deegan got the lead at the end of stage 1 when everybody went down pit road. Lost it, got the lead at the end of stage 2 there, as you see, and lost it in turns 1 and 2. And the 11's going to end up leading the lap and continue his domination tonight, as we now got 42. So we actually restarted with 43 laps to go, excuse me. But we got 42 to go now. And we now have 1 truck out of the race. So at the end of stage 2, there's a truck out, so only 31 remain on the track. Hailie Deegan finished 2nd at Talladega, where the 11 went to victory lane. And she is currently running 2nd here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, and was the only truck to not have been lapped at all in the race, besides the leader. There's 41 laps to go, so why don't we go into a crank it up. But first, before we go into a crank it up, we're going to take you into that helmet cam presented by YouTube TV Network on the number 11. And we're going to take a listen to his crew.
Alright, halfway to the front.
So you see he's already catching the tail end of the field, because this track is not that big. And now we go into our crank it up.
side. Careful, still there. All right, you're clear. Clear high, bud. Still there. All clear. Still there. You're all clear up top. Clear high, bud. Bottom's clear. Stay low. Clear high. Clear high. Road's clear. All clear. Careful, still there. All clear. Still there. All clear. Careful, still there.
Caution is out with 32 to go, so we're going to restart with 29 laps to go. So Haley Deegan has caught up
Coming to the green, driver.
to the 11 and has a chance here. And there's the green flag. So that is the third caution. And we were going to come back to you with 30 to go, but we'll come back to you with that caution. With 29 laps to go. The 11 right back out where he was at the time of caution. In the lead. And he can continue to just run away with it. .28 to go. So the Xfinity Series saw their longest green flag run of the season at 35 laps. Well, our longest green flag run of the season is 25 laps. And those were at Daytona at the start of the season. If we run green from here, 32 laps would be our longest green flag run of the season. Just a fact we thought we would share with you. Still 27 to go here. The Truck Series haulers might not leave until tomorrow morning either because it is getting late. It's actually already Monday morning. It is 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And just like the Xfinity Series, there won't be much of a post-race show. Pretty much just a small celebration. You might get to look at Victory Lane for a sec, and then we'll look at the results, go over some of the stats from the race, and then that will be it until Iowa Speedway. And then make sure you tune in Thursday for the NBA Finals between the Warriors and Pistons for a shot at the title for the Winter League. 25 to go here. Getting down to the wire, definitely. As Gustine currently is in last position, and that's not going to help him here because he's going to go another lap down.
All clear. All right, you're clear. All right, you're clear. All right, you're clear.
So Clay Greenfield goes another lap down along with a bunch of other trucks in the back there.
All clear.
45 goes a lap down.
All right, clear outside.
23 to go.
All clear. All clear. All clear.
So it doesn't look like Angela
All
Rutsch's
right, you're clear.
second career win is going to come at this track. She's too many laps down and not in contention for the free pass. But that win at Richmond really helped her playoff hopes because she was nowhere near the front of the playoff berth until that win at Richmond. Once she won there at
All
Richmond,
right, you're clear.
then that changed the whole picture. She punched her ticket into the playoffs, and 21 laps to go at the line.
Still there. All right, you're clear.
So only 4 cautions in the Xfinity Series race. So far, only 3 in the truck race. And there were 11 in the Cup race here.
Careful, still there. Inside.
And
You got
next
room.
time
You're
by
clear.
will be at our 20 to go mark.
Stay low.
Alright, here we go. We are at our Craftsman 20 to go, and Craftsman is not endorsed at all with this video. That's just what it is in real life, so that's what we're going by. So you know who's hoping this stays green, the 11. Not only is he definitely going to win the race if this stays green, that would mean we ran our longest green flag run of the season at 32 laps. But Haley Deegan would really like to see a caution because that can help her
Still there. You got room.
try to
You're
get the
clear.
victory here. With 19 to go.
All clear.
So 1 race in broad daylight,
Still there.
2 races
All right,
under
you're
the
clear.
lights that were supposed to be under the lights on Friday and Saturday. However, we got them in
Careful,
for
still
you
there.
folks.
Clear low, bud.
And there's 18 laps to run here still.
All clear.
And like we said before, we would imagine the Truck Series haulers wouldn't take
On
off
the
until
outside now. All clear.
early or later today, like early in the morning later today. Because considering the fact that it's already 12:20 p.m. or a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You're all clear up top. All right, you're clear. All clear. You got room. You're clear. You're all clear up top.
16 to go. And Haley Deegan all day has been the only truck to not go a lap down besides the leader. That might change.
You got room. You're clear. All right, you're clear.
And it's going to. She's going to go a lap down, so she's going to need a caution.
Clear high. Clear high.
With 15 laps to go, hopefully she can get one. To get back on the lead lap and contend for the win.
Still there. All right, clear outside. Stay high up here. Clear low.
Down the long front stretch. They go with 14 laps to go. Ooh! That was so close.
Got one inside.
If you blinked, you would have missed it. That would have definitely been damage for both the 11 and 99, and the 99 would have went around. And that would have been the caution Haley Deegan would have got right there. That almost messed up the 32-lap green flag run too, because we have been green ever since then. Knock on wood, but the caution has not come out. 13 laps to go.
All clear.
Oh, got a little contact there with his own truck that he owns. As the driver of the 11 owns that number 8, because that's part of one of his teams. Good for him to recruit John Hunter Nemechek to be the wheelman of it tonight.
Clear all around.
Tyler Reddick will be back in it this Friday coming up, as we mentioned
All
before.
clear.
12 laps to go.
Don't move. Stay high. All right, you're clear. All clear. Still there. All right, you're clear. All right, you're clear.
Now we got 11 laps to go. We get 10 to go next time by. Second place is just now crossing the start-finish line, heading into turns 1 and 2. While the leader is in turns 3 and 4. So the 11 has about a straightaway gap, and a straightaway and a couple of turns gap
Careful, still there. You're all clear
off
up
of
top.
the
Good to
13
go.
of Haley Deegan. And we now have 10 laps to go.
Hold your line. Got one inside. Far down your outside. All right, you're clear. Clear low, bud.
And the network has confirmed that due to time constraints, we can finish the race, but we can only show you the burnout, the top 10 and the stats of the race. They're not going to allow us to show you into victory
Clear
lane
low, bud.
because they are tired and they want to go home for the night.
All right, you're clear.
Can't say we blame them. lot of us wanted to be in our campers hours ago, maybe sleeping or doing something else. But we are 8 laps away from being able to do that. Actually, not just 8 laps, and then plus the incomplete end of our coverage. We gotta spend a little bit extra time after these 8 laps up here in the booth, but then as soon as we go off the air, we can make our way to our RVs and have some sweet dreams for the evening. You know, these truck drivers, especially if they perform triple duty, race in the Cup, Xfinity, and this race, these truck drivers want to go to their motor coaches, but they are 7 laps away from being able to do that, unless they win. If they win, they gotta do their burnout, unless they decide not to.
Stay low. All right, clear outside.
Well, based off of what it looks like, that number 11 is gonna end up winning. Unless if the caution comes out. Which so far, our 32 lap under green has now come to an end as there is a caution. We're going to restart with 4 to go. So Haley Deegan at the tail end of the pack. We're back on the lead lap, 4 to go. Green flag, so currently the longest green flag run of the season is 25 laps. 4 laps to go. And that's 2 trucks out of the race now. Good news for them is they're not going to be out of the race for that many laps. They got out of the race later, and that is 4 cautions for the Truck Series, 4 cautions for Xfinity, 11 cautions for Cup, pending the final laps, because the leader has to make it all the way around to the checkered flag to finish under green if they don't want a 5th caution. If a 5th caution comes out and the leader takes the white flag, then that's it. The race is over. 3 laps to go. So another caution would give Haley Deegan a shot because she'd be at the front of the pack next to the 11, starting side by side with them if the caution came out. However, coming to 2 to go, this is going to be one of the last shots for it to happen. That caution was a surprise. We thought we were going to go 32 green flag laps to the finish. Fortunately, we didn't, and now we're going to see the white flag next time by, unless if the caution comes out. Down the backstretch goes the leader. Haley Deegan might be able to drive her way through the pack, but in no way is she going to be able to catch that number 11 without a caution. And it doesn't look like she's going to get one as off turn 4 comes the 11 through the restart zone. White flag, 1 lap to go. So this will be another race where Haley Deegan gets a runner-up finish. The last runner-up finish for her was at Talladega, as the 11 heads down the backstretch for the final time, but she is going to get the runner-up finish here at Gateway, and then she'll try again at that first career win at Iowa this Friday night. But coming off of turn 4, he won the Xfinity race, he won the Cup race, now he has won the truck race as the 11 seals the deal here at Gateway. He wins it. Well, after we get interviews with the drivers, they can make their ways to their motor coaches, but the 11 will be making a pit stop first on his way to his motor coach, and that will be Victory Lane as he gets it done here at Gateway. Well, the track crew's gonna definitely have to spend plenty of time getting this race ready for next season. What a great triple header weekend it was at the track, even though all the races ended up being on Sunday. still produced really good racing. So remember, due to time constraints, we can't show you victory rating. 35.807 was the fastest lap. That was led by your winner. 78 laps of the 80 led by your winner. Chastain started 31st, finished 7th. And the tough break goes to, Matt DiBenedetto started 8th, finished 32nd. Here's your top 10. And some names up there that you don't really see often. Talking about the 3 of Jordan Anderson and the 15. Those are trucks you don't usually see up in the top 10 often, but there you go. There it is for them. And that will conclude our coverage, so we will see you Friday night for some more short track racing at Iowa. Until then, so long, everybody.
What's up?
Before we sign off, we'll check out that comment. What's up, man? I'm signing off.